In terms of technology, Da Vinci's vision embraced the potential of civil and military engineering on colossal scales, and involved complex levels of automation. The designs for the grandest machines were consciously visionary and lived on paper as a form of visual boasting directed at patrons rather than aspiring to be actual constructions. His most important intellectual contribution to engineering was that he was the first to insist that mechanical devices should be designed in keeping with the mathematical laws of nature. Here are Da Vinci's weapons of war. The tank. Da Vinci's design for an armoured vehicle made from wood and operated by 8 men was made in 1487. It was operated by turning the cranks. The specific flaw was that the cranks that turned the wheels revolved in opposite directions. So the men would either work against each other, or else cause the tank to revolve like a top. If this was Da Vinci's intention, it was unlikely to have deceived a skilled mechanic of his era for very long. The Scythe Chariot. Da Vinci's Scythe Chariot was perhaps a throwback inspired by antique machines. Leonardo suggested raising the scythe when travelling through the ranks of men. The four-whirling scythe in front of the horses would render infantry ineffective to attack or stop the chariot. The Ballista. Leonardo designed a huge crossbow, and it was 86 feet long. The weapon boasted a worm and gear mechanism to draw the bowstring and was mounted on canted wheels, providing a stable base. On the rough ground, two alternate firing mechanisms allowed the bow to release by a hammer blow or by lever action. He also made drawings for a repeating machine gun, operated by a man-powered treadmill. Treading on the outside of the wheel instead of the inside gave greater leverage to the operator. Next is the multi-barreled cannon, attempting to increase the firepower of a traditional cannon. Leonardo da Vinci designed this innovative 12-barreled gun carriage. With its array of horizontal barrels allowed for a wide scattering of shot, the fan-like shape made it a potentially effective weapon against massed advancing troops by widening the field of fire and reducing possible mistakes. Leonardo da Vinci also created designs for mortars that improved upon the current military technology. The design for mortars with exploding shells was intended to gain an advantage over the enemy by producing large amounts of small, fast-moving shot which would cause maximum casualties. Da Vinci drew sketches and diagrams of his inventions, which he preserved in his notebooks. But he either neglected building them or was unable to convince his wealthy patrons to finance construction of the designs, although many of them could not have been built with the technology of the day. As a result, almost none of Da Vinci's inventions were built during his lifetime. And because he never published his diagrams, little was known about them until his notebooks were discovered. After his death, his inventions have continued to inspire engineers and scientists to this day.